No, Mr. Barnaby. I couldn't venture a guess. Yes, I'm sure. I hope so. In earnest.
Greetings and salutations. I'm P.R. Trask. Passing on, we have a very special announcement. This October, prepare for things you have not yet seen, nor will wish to again. Dire things, horrid things, things which will undoubtedly try and put a premature end to your life. But on a lighter note, you'll be graced by our lovely society, as well as all the whiskey and meat pies you can keep down. Oh, it will be quite the time, provided you can keep yourself whole. Good evening, and remember, prepare for October 31st, for upon that very night, Half-Rats, a fever dream, shall be released. That is quite a promise, Mr. Rats. I'm sure you won't have any trouble fulfilling it, and thanks awfully for tuning in, Mod DB.
Mr. Rats, get up, get your revolver.
All right, Mr. Rats, you take the lead. I'll keep watch behind you. If my father could have seen what we bore out tonight, he'd follow you too. I'm no physician, but this is sure to abate the pain. I confess no large practice in medicine, but this morphine should do. Are you hearing that? What is that din? Those sounds are enough to strike a man dead from fright. I've been struck. I couldn't escape that without scathe. But I'll be all right. I'm only mortal, and I won't stand much more. If I die, Mr. Rats, I'm leaving the shop to you. It's as if all hell has opened up. What did we do to warrant this? I must say I'm a bit more than vexed, Mr. Rats. All things considered, I believe I'm holding up quite well. There you are. There's an awful tumult outside. Reports gunfire, the whole lot. And a horse rail just now collided with Mrs. Peterson's row house. A fellow just passed by, white as a sheet, and told me to fly while I can. I'm not sure if we're at war or suffering God's wrath, but like hell am I leaving my shop. My God, what are these things? My God, these things never let up. Mr. Rats, do go to the shed and gather timbers to bar the windows and doorway. With all due haste. Follow me, Mr. Rats. Hurry. Do you see that stain upon the floor? Break the floorboards there. You'll find an old tunnel that escaped slaves once used. It leads to the sewers. You can possibly use it to evade the perils outside and find help. Pick up anything useful you can carry as well. I'll be fine here. The board should hold fast. And Mr. Rats, if you do this for me, I'll forget the matter of your being late in your rent. Godspeed. I knew you'd pull through, Mr. Rats. Barnaby here saved my sanity. And yes, I have spoken about the plan and wholly agree. I'm terribly sorry about your being left out there, but hopefully you'll remit, for I know a thing or two regarding trains, and of a shortcut to the station, which we can avail ourselves of. I'm hot to go whenever both of you are. I understand something very large is hunting you, Mr. Rats. Thankfully, it's already been warmed up. It shouldn't be long at all. Yes, Mr. Rats, get aboard, now! Oh my, it would appear we have some rather unruly passengers. We can proceed through the druggists. Welcome back, Mr. Rats. And you have my sincere congratulations. You seem to have suffered no vicissitudes regarding your performance last night. You have passed your trial and displayed a singular consistency and industry not seen in most. I believe we can now divulge the truth. This is my superior, who I will refer to as Mr. C. He and I go back ages, you know. I was the one who entreated my inferiors to break the final seal, all at his behest, and for a less than modest price, I was happy to lead the very operation which brought hell to earth. No doubt you came across our gay little meeting place at the church. And did you find the accommodations at the Dwyer residence to your liking? Too bad about my little worker bees. But the ends justify the means. Today, the city. Tomorrow, the entire world. And in due time, you will share these same sentiments, Mr. Rats. I am sure of it. You have proven to be more than capable of handling matters, precisely as your lifestyle led me to believe you would be. And I'd like to take the opportunity to extend to you an offer of greater things serving at my side. But all this may be too much weight on your shoulders at the moment. For now I bid you adieu. I will be keeping you here for as long as necessary, and will be eagerly awaiting your decision. And to afford you one last courtesy, Mr. Rats, that mark upon Barnaby was merely our way of cataloging their numbers. Tell me you noticed he wasn't the only Barnaby in our midst. Tired, Mr. Rats? My God! Why, it appears to be a primate of some sorts. These aberrations are beyond description. When you signed up, Did you ever expect to face such a hellish juggernaut? Do you have any idea what we could be up against? Is this a dream? Perhaps? Are you sure we'll make it through this dread nightmare? Oh my, he's gone mad. What are you doing? You look dreadful. God, Mr. Rats, what happened to you? You're in need of prompt medical care. Mr. Rats, is that odor coming from your person? Some foul miasma lingers here. There had better be a damned good reason to leave me here. You're a man of strong resolve, going out alone. Godspeed, Mr. Rats.
Welcome home, Mr. Rats. Welcome back from imminence. Your memories were false, planted by none other than myself. The publican, the pub he owned, it never existed. You were sent out at my behest, unwary of the destruction around you. My demons gave you safe passage. Best of all is that Mr. C is dead. Caleb is dead, all through you. I apologize for tampering with your mind, Mr. Rats, but it was all I could do to get some application out of you. You're quite stubborn, you know. Mr. C, Caleb was standing in the way of things, you see, and he needed to be done away with, as was Bernard. You know I don't much fancy folks who stifle my enterprise. You were just the man for the job. Once I reworked your memory and blinded your perceptions to reality, all it took was some coaxing and gentle guidance to keep you on the straight and narrow, and the promise of wealth did not detract from your spurious zeal. Every event leading up until you awoke in the wood was but a mere illusion, a fever dream I planted in you whilst you were unconscious. I never took you as the fainting sort. With Caleb out of the way, I can now assert myself and appeal to a higher authority, without a middleman. From my humble beginnings in eminence as an acolyte to the top. No doubt you met one of my old associates in the catacombs. That's where we killed Bernard the first time. But I won't tarry with old stories a second longer. Thank you once again, Mr. Rats. Now, I will be keeping you here until I have need of you again. Perhaps I'll use you as an icon instead of Barnaby, for you're making a dread mistake. Well, what is it? What do you mean?
Look upon my true form, Mr. Rats. Oh, and you brought me some victuals. What a miserable operation.